Sanonani Molweni, and welcome to yet another episode of Ivarla Motheko Uzama, Waziwa Ngozamzwana Closet on the social streets. Today, my guest goes by the name of Uthato Mbatha, for those who know her on Facebook. But ke namhlanje sizom-addressa ngumkhulu Mahlaletshenyi. Alright, darling.
Ngiyaphila Zama. Ngiyaphila ngizwa wena.
No, nami ngiyaphila.
Siyabonga.
Thank you for coming through. So, yeah. Today, we're going to do things a bit different,
Okay.
right? So can you please tell us about the becoming, right? Your journey of being where you are spiritually.
Okay.
So just take your time.
Ngoqo indeni.
Yeah,
Okay.
usixoxele nje.
All right. Ngiyanibingelela nonke emakhaya. Igama lami nguThato wakwaMbatha. Abangaziyo bangazi ngomkhulu Mahlaletshenyi. Well, indlela for mina of becoming a healer, ithanda ukuba yinde. Yana ama-challenges amaningi endleleni, ngalimala kwenzakala izinto kodwa ngizoyiqala eqaleni.
Okay.
I never knew ukuthi ngumuntu kamoya.
Okay.
So ngikhula impilo yami yonke kuloku kuthiwa there's something about this child. My mom knew.
Okay.
But ekwazini kwakhe, she didn't think ukuthi when they were telling her ukuthi lo mntwana lo kunento ngaye. Izinto ehambelana nento zokulapha, coming from a family of healers, lineage yonke nje ama healers from both sides, khabo mkhulu nakhabo mama.
Okay.
So ngikhula ngumntwana wesonto every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nisesontweni, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nisesontweni.
Okay.
So when I started having dreams in my matric year. Yeah, on my matric year. Benginamaphupho nje straight, bengingakuphuphela ukuthi hayi manzama yazi ngiphuphe kwenzakala into so besiyenzakala.
Okay.
So that was my matric year, and then after my matric year kunalento ukuthi you get an urge.
Okay.
Ngomuntu eduze kakhulu ukuthi man khulekela lo muntu lo. So growing up from environment yesonto where bebak-allow ukuthi mawuzi ukuthi khulekela umuntu khuleka, mawuzi ukuthi yenza ukuthi yenza. Izinto za fast tracker for me. So straight after my matric year, my mom is originally from Ematatiele.
Okay.
So we get a call from a family yasematatiele basitshela ukuthi kunomncwabo eMayilula.
All right.
So we go looking for that family. Sifika on the day ekuwukuthi balungiselela ukungcwaba ngakusasa. We get there, umufiseka khona. I don't know these people. Ngiyaqala ukubabona, but I can tell ukuthi wonke umuntu olaphaya ufana nomamncane lo ufana nobani. So the family, there's no second guessing ukuthi by family.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even stay for long. Sifikile lapho kwangena abantu besonto. Basichiftisa kahle ukuthi hayi hlalani ngale simthelela iti. And then nangempela siphume. Masiloku sihlezi dining room sengiyakhala out of nowhere. And my mom is shocked ukuthi and then lo muntu ngoba labantu akabazi ukukhalelani. Uyabona? And then I grabbed lo sisi lo ubeka libela nikeza abantu iti ngetray. So when wala ekhaya avumi. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Sengiprofita lo muntu out of nowhere. And then from realizing ukuthi okay lo muntu ukhuluma izinto ezikhona bayocela manje abantu besonto ngoba sebaqedile ukukhuleka ekamereni bephume. And then bangihlalise center. I don't know why they felt the need ukuthi bangihlalise center ekamereni.
Yeah.
Labantu engiqala ukubabona. I got there ngatshela abantu. When I snapped out of it, I realized ukuthi okay nihleze center and people are excited ukuthi hayi kesihlolo semakatso se bathabile bathu, and I'm like okay kwenzekeni. You know, that's how I started prophesying.
Okay.
Akudinganga ukuthi ngiye kuphi or kwenzakaleni. However, not very long after leyo incident leyo, I started having episodes whereby mangihlezi kuba nama incident nje athize nje uzothola inyawo liyatwista or isandla siyatwisteka mangihleli kuba ngazathi ngiyaqhwala, and then kwakhaleleka ukuthi ngiphakamisa amaladi wesithunywa.
Okay.
Nakhona
What is that? Phakamisa amandla.
see umuntu nomuntu baneshwini yakhe.
Okay.
Into engazathi altar omsamo. You know, so I needed ukuthi ngiphakamise into efana naleyo kugezwe imimoya abahlanganiswa abantu abadala bahlezi kimi, you know.
Okay.
Bengafuni.
Was it because umuntu wesonto?
Bengumuntu wesonto but ngumntwana. So when everyone spoke about uGugu uzoba into so elinye igama elisebenzisa ekhaya uGugu.
Okay.
Thato uzoba so, Gugu uzoba so. In my mind, oh, maybe I'm going to be wealthy, ngizoba doctor, ngizoba yini. I like never in my wildest imagination did I think I'd be a healer. So now ngiyazidijeyela. Ngumuntu omculo, I write, I sing, bengizidijeyela at the time. Now nayi into manje sekuzijoko lingaka sekumele manje ngiyoba umthandazi. Hayi mina sengithi ufuna ukuba umthandazi. But now ngine situation, mangihleli isandla siyatwisteka. Okay, so bangiconvince endlini ukuthi no, it's fine. Sizocela cousin brother was already practicing at the time. Sizocela cousin brother yakho akulungiselela kuphakamisela lamalada akhalelekayo ukuthi ungazohlukumezeka. And then mawubuya lapho uzoqhubeka ngelife yakho. And I was like, oh, for real? They're like, yeah, kuzosebenzeka uzobona. Bangiconvince ngisho nabakhathele umuntu isandla siyaqhwala kwezakala yonke into. Okay, so because ngokuhlala bekakude I had to ngibe ngale ngakuye. It wasn't even for long, for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Nakhona lehli iphupho from umkhulu ongiphethe angitshela ukuthi enze kanje. So I stayed there for like 2 weeks. Ukuthi kwenziwa lawo ma rituals lawo aphathelane nelokhuza. Nakhona bekungasinto etheni. And then ngabuya ke kwazophakamisa umsamo ekhaya. Then that's how I started practicing. Okay, after that I think 3-4 years down the line ayaphakama futhi amakhehla. They're like mtshele ubhuti wakho ukuthi akwenzile kwesithunya. It's fine. Akakulungisela umndawo kodwa ngakuthwasise.
Okay.
Yeah. Then inkinga zami zaqala lapho. And the answer was no. Angeke ngize ngikhona abantu bakagogo bafuna ukusenzela. Okay, so now senginenkinga. Ukuthola umuntu ozongisiza after that kwaba inkinga enkulu because ngagula for the longest time. I'd have my absent spells, ngingafeinta manje sihlezi kanje, ngisendleleni ngiyafeinta, like bengiwa. Sometimes I'd collapse in the middle of my sets because bengizidijeyela. Nini kuvaleka indlebe right in the middle of the set. Angisezwa endlebeni. Ngagula, ngisiwa la ngiya kuma doctor, ngisiwa la ungacabanga khona, bukhalela nje impilo yami. And then ngokuya ngigule this one time ngidecide ukuthi ngingumuntu omculo. I fell in love with playing instruments. I wanted to learn how to play piano, I wanted to play guitar. So I get someone at the time, ngiyamthola umuntu ozongifundisa.
Okay.
Right? Only to find ukuthi ugobela. So I'm there for guitar instructions. Ngifeinta nayo guitar yami leyo. Masiloku si practice. Fast forward this one time young invite ukuthi man gogo come through nginomgidi womphakamiso I think. Nginomgidi womphakamiso come through uze nizeni. So
did he know what you gifted club?
He knew. But he knew futhi ukuthi ngilo muntu osithunya. Okay, so it's fine. Siyaya ke emgidini. I get there, I'm sitting there with a friend nomuntu engangiphilisana naye at the time.
Okay.
And then apparently what I said was that mabangibuza ukuthi okay, sihamba nini? My response was that sizohamba after logogo. Logogo gidayo, ukhona ugogo ozogida emva kwakhe. Sizohamba after yena. Nangempela gide lo beka gida phume estikini. Makungena lo nomunye ugogo. I got into a trance.
Okay.
Angikhumbuli. Honestly, I don't remember what went down there because I got into a trance and then la khali idlozi mabangicocela seba relay story ukuthi likhali idlozi lathi wena ucashe emva kwesonto ziningi izinto bekumele ngabe uyazenza bayakufundisa yonke into uyaphupha wena uyaphupha imithi you know ziningi but wena ufuna ukuthi wena njalo esontweni. So now yilithuba labo lokuthi nabo benza into zabo bazisho ukuthi bangabobani umlando wonke wedlozi and then basho nokuthi bakhalelana ukugobela so bayahamba there and then bona bayahamba basaya ekhaya babatshela ekhaya babalethele indwangu zabo eziso because I was already practicing at the time, being practicer at the time. So izinto eziningi ngangiyibonela ngilayelwa hamba ugubha into so, hamba uthenga into so, hamba uthola into kanje. So I was quite familiar nendlela yokwelapha because I'd already started practicing and I had been practicing for like 5 years when that happened.
Right.
So kuba nenkinga manje sengisephehlweni. Ngene ephehlweni, right? Ngiyathwasa ke kahle ephehlweni, ngiyaphuma ephehlweni. And then ngiyakhumbula umgidi wami ngibuye ekhaya was 2 days. Yeah. Bekumgidwe 2 days. Ngibuye ekhaya kahle kuyi Friday. Ngibuye ekhaya kube umgidi Friday night, Saturday, and then on Sunday, because I already had patients from before initiation.
Yeah.
Ngiyasebenza Sunday, ngiyasebenza Monday. On Tuesday morning, kufika client ngizoconsulta. While praying endumbeni, ngiyakhuleka. Indumba yami burns down.
During that process of praying, client likhona nalo.
Ngishiya endlini ngisayokhuleka phela ngisayocela permission ukuthi okay kufika umuntu uyangena nalo umuntu because amakhehla ama very strict mabayithe awungeni.
Oh, okay.
So ngisakhuleka and then ngizocela permission ukuthi kunomuntu ofikile akazibani ukuthi usazobheka. Ngiyezwa manje ukuthi kunuka imthuthu la. Mangithe emva kwami la ngabe kuyasha. Okay.
Can you even trace ukuthi usuka phi uqale kanjani lo mlilo?
Kwenzakalani manje? That's the thing. Umlilo usuke phezulu ku-thatch and yonke into ila phansi. Ibani nayo yonke into eflammable ila ezansi. So umlilo ufike nini le phezulu. Sekunenkinga manje zama. Alright, fast forward. Ulungisa umsamo kube nama politics nomunye athi no bekungamelanga wena uphume bokungakabi ready uphume esikhupheni, but I'm like okay if nithi bekungamelanga gobela wangitshela ukuthi uphupha umkhulu angitshela ukuthi sengilungele isizwe. What changed? Kube nje namathada amaningi nokugula khona lapho. Fast forward ngizoloko fast forward story because ziningi izinto ezenzakele in between, but ngizo highlight nje izinto ukuthi zilide le la ngikhona manje. Kuye so now okay I'm practicing azilungi izinto zami. Ngithwasile azilungi izinto. Then I decide to shut down Endumba. One day I'm like, you know what? Abantu bayayibona impumelelo, ngiyasiza ngokuyikhandla, ngiyasiza ngako konke, ngiyazikhandla abantu babe happy, but mina ngikho happy. Ziningi izinto mina engizikhalelayo njengomuntu ophila emhlabeni.
Yeah.
Engifisa ukuzenza, engifisa nokuzizuza, but somehow limited. Kanti angizenzanga na izinto bekumele ngizenze. Alright, fine. Kuye. Ngidecide ukuthi okay, angitholi positive response, angitholi lento engiyifunayo. Ngivala umsamo. For sure, a couple of months down the line, ngivala umsamo, bafike futhi abomkhulu. Ukuthi again, sikulayela komunye umuntu. Ayokusiza, akuphothulele umndawo. I'm like, but umndawo ngimenzile. Kanti lo mndawo wenu wenziwa kangaki niyabona ke izwe lezi ngingazifuni. Ngihlale manzama for months ngizitshela nje ukuthi so many things have happened. Kwenzakala izinto eziningi ezirong kokunye uthola ukuthi impilo yami basengcupheni. Ngiphunyuke, ngikhathele. Mama mangiconvince ukuthi no man, you know what? One last try zama iya.
Yeah.
Nangempela ngifike, mangifika ngithola umkhulu ngilindele. Ngithi na 3 months yonke ngimele. Ubuyaphi? Hayi mkhulu, hayi ngiyachaza phela ngiyalanda ukuthi no kahle ngikhathele angisafuni. Ngizwile because a part of me felt like angibanga umntwana. Because abanye abantwana mababhizi estradeni bengisendumbeni lapha. Like ngisho ngithi straight after high school I was already practicing.
You're so young that time.
Still very young. So now kuloku kwenzakala nje izinto eziningi. Kunzima ebunyangeni guys. Kunzima ebunyangeni akudlalwa akudlalwa. But ke ngomusa kaNkulunkulu siya overcome bese siyaya phambili. Okay fine. sibheke into ekumele sibheke liphinde likhuphuke futhi ikhehla lithi right so ufikile la bazokusiza khona uyoshisa yonke into obuye nayo ephehlweni.
Okay.
Phela mangishisa kusho ukuthi kumele ngiyoqala phansi.
Yeah.
I can't afford to, sorry. Ngishise. Yeah, uzoshisa. Because one, sathi wena uthwasi, sathi abakuphothuleli umndawo.
No.
Benze opposite.
Ish.
Okay. Benze opposite. So ayikho indlela esingajuma ngayo. No, asiqedanga. Sithe awuthwasi, uphothulelwa umndawo. On top of that, so ubuye nokunye la ubuya khona. So ukugcina lezi zinto lezi ukuzibulala.
Yeah.
So konke. So I had to destroy everything engangibuye nayo ephehlweni and start from scratch. Ulashwe leyo nto leyo engangibuyiswe nayo leyo which took about a year nje kwi process efrustrateayo. Ngiyakhumbula ngangingala, ngangidikila a lot. Ngifeel ukuthi kuningi sekukuningi okwenzakele kuningi.
So whatever leyo buye nayo entwasweni, was it something abakubuyise nayo?
Yes.
And okay.
Yes.
Of which bengamelanga.
Bekungamelanga.
Okay.
Remember sekwenziwe into bekungamelanga ukuthi yenzeke. So ukuthi isebenze le nto leyo kumele kwenziwe something. That means now akusasebenza umoya weqiniso.
Yeah.
Sekusebenza lokho kunye.
Okay.
All right. Ilashwe ngempela. Silashwe ispoki. Ispoki bakwethu. Silashwe ispoki, silahlwe ispoki. I didn't realize mangilaphaya ukuthi omkhulu ubengigedlisa. Because ngafunda.
Can I ask something quick?
Yeah, sure.
Before sidlula ku Spoki. Ispoki kanti isn't it something oyithwalayo? Was twala.
Yeah.
Was twala.
Something like that was done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to hore etlowe.
Hore etlowe because now I went ephehlweni ukuthi bayenze lokho and they did the opposite. And for that to work bekumele ukuthi bafake something.
Okay.
Ukuthi kube ngazathi no kuyasebenzeka.
Kanti next it's that thing.
Ilento.
Okay, so zobuya futhi la.
Yeah. Not a problem. Ngizonaba futhi it's fine. So uyangifundisa omkhulu sengilaphayana and then I'm grateful actually for your process because yila ngabona ukujula kokwelapha. Already vele ngase ngigubha imithi because ngangiyiphupha ukuthi landa ukuthi hamba ugubha ukuthi lokhu kwenza ukuthi lokhu kwenza ukuthi so I'm there I'm being taught now ukufunda ukwelapha ngendlela yezulu.
Okay. Meaning ulapha umuntu ubheka ukuthi into yenziwe nini. Was it during the day? Okay.
Bekusebusuku mangabe bekusemini.
Okay.
Isibhakabhaka besinjani.
Okay.
Belihlabile, bekunetha, beliguqubele if bekusebusuku inyanga ibinjani. Okay. Not only that, ushawe ngani lo muntu.
Okay.
Google impande manje ushawe ngayo. Lo muntu ushawe ngokuthi. Thina masikulungisa kanje.
Okay.
It's another form of healing. Ehlukile. To what I had been used to at the time. Kuye nakhona. Kubhede. Well ngasizakala ngespoki because bese sikhuluma naso ukuthi angisakhona phela ukusondela. Kanti wenzani manje? Angisakhona ukusondela kuwe wenzani?
Yeah.
Silahliwe ngempela ispoki. However nalapho kwase kuna umuntu wayengisiza wayesebheka kwakhe. Sadly. And I ran. So ngathi and logo bese kwenzeka lokhu by the way.
Okay.
Like ngisho ngithi story sami ngisixoxa ngama.
Yeah.
Ngoba kokuqala ngesifo lesi sokuwa bengiwa until a family friend recommended any healer khona la around.
Okay.
It's like yani umuntu noso maybe angisiza. So my parents again bayangiforce hamba thina isihlale nawe uyawa la nini like bengiwa noma yini yeah. So I decided again what the hell amigo. Ngifika lapha yana kugcwele mathwasa maningi but bahlezi bakhala ngobuncane bami labo mama nalabo baba hayi man umncane. In my mind I'm thinking do these people know ukuthi le ndlela ngiqale ngimncane kangakanani like aba understanding la mina ngiyawa ngifuna ukudila nale situation. only to find ukuthi ugobela ulala namathwasa nalapho ngaphunyuka I ran.
And apparently when you have to, if boso uhlala lapho makumele uhambe, like there's certain things I think you have to do.
Fortunately bengisase ku process yokulashwa before ngizongena. Ukhumbula ukuthi mawuzongena ephehlweni, mawuzongena esikhupheni, mawuzothinta nje anything ekamoya noma edlozi, you cleanse. Sidile nokufa kuwe emzimbeni okusegazini before sizothinta anything that has to do nabantu abadala. Kunezizathu for that. Sike sathinta kuyo earlier when we spoke nje in passing ukuthi ayagezwa amahlozi. Balahliswa izinto ezimbi, ikhwama ezimbi, balahliswe nje imikhuba emibi before, but akuqali lapho, kuqala ngawe. Ukhumbula ukuthi wena uphile emhlabeni la wenziwa khona izinto and you pick up energies, yabona. So zonke lezo zinto mele zifukulwe kuwe kuze manje lesiphiwo sizokwazi ukuthi sisebenze kahle singathikaziswa lutho. Okay, fine. Ngibaleka siku process manje ukuthi okay sesilashiwe isipoki, sikhishiwe isipoki, mele siyoqala from scratch siphakamisa amalade sithunywa kabusha. Remember kuthiwe kimi lahla yonke into la, and for us to be able to identify isipoko sisilahle ngoqiniso ukuthi singalimazi nezinye indawo. Mele ngikhiphe yonke into because naso lesipoki masikhuphuka sikubonisa ibhayi. Sikubonisa ijazi, sikubonisa when you think ukuthi wenze okwedlozi lakini noma kwekanti lutho. So I had to get rid of everything. Siku process yokuphakamisa amaladi and I ran. I'm like, it stops here. You're right, manje.
So lapho, did you have to do anything in preparing for ukubaleka kwakho?
No, bengahlali khona.
Okay,
bengiya every day ngiya. Look, the whole process was very helpful because yangikhulisa kakhulu. Umuntu angeke sibale okubi kuphela, nokuhle mele sikubale. Ngakhula a lot, umkhulu wangifundisa okuningi. I had been umuntu okhulekayo all my life, but ngicabanga ukuthi ngajula lapha, ngafunda ukujula, ngafunda nezwi. After iminyaka ngikhonza kodwa izwi. Ngibaleka nga-understand ukubaleka kwe-Bible. I know i-debate iningi. Iningi debate around the Bible. But let me just say, shying away from you and completely is self-defeating. Because it's spell book. You can kill situations by quoting scripture alone. Singakafika emthini, singakafika esiwashweni, singakafika emanzini ngescripture nje. So ngakhula manzama, ngakhula umkhulu wangu nefamily yakhe yonke, they were all very loving people. Ukuthi nje kwathi makufika egcineni walingeka ngalendlela alingeka kayo, but wangisisa. You know what I mean? That's when I decided now ukuthi okay, kuphelela la, I'm done. Angifuni next nalawo mazayweni wenu, ngi-right now. Angisayina seyiyonini because ekhaya saqala epostoli ehlangane neyoni. Then moving from Soweto sizela ngalana, then I stuck with Zion. So I'm like, angifuni ukuya lapha eZion lapho ngi-right because kwase kwenzakala izinto eziningi. Okay, so now sengihleli sorry, ekuhlaleni kwami okhumbula ukuthi into mayikuwe egazini segazini, you can't run from it. I knew ukuthi zizongihlupha izinto engizibalekayo nengishiya phansi. So now mele ngithole indlela yokudila nayo yonke lento. In my mind, no, it's demons. Awufuni next ekuhlayisa namademoni. Kwathini kwangathangani? Ngidecide ke manje ukuyensindisweni. Fika entsindisweni, angihappy entsindisweni, akunasiphithiphithi, akunatraffic.
Awuphuphi kwenzeka zonke lezi.
No, ngiyaphupha.
Ukuphupha
Ngiyaphupha. Here's the thing. I pay like ngisho ngithi into mayikuwe ikuwe, ungazilahlela phansi spine njengedop mayikuwe ikuwe. Ngisaphupha, but in my mind no, Holy Spirit.
Yiyo manje guide
Holy Spirit. Okay. Fine. Esontweni manje ngiza kahle. Ngiyakhula nakhona ezwini, ngiyakhula nje ngezinto eziningi until one day ngibona isithwalo sika pastor.
So usibona ngokomoya Obusibona nje sovele ngelihlo lenyama so. Okay.
Njengoba ngibuka nje.
Yeah.
Angazi ukuthi kwakutheni. But somehow on that day, namangazi ngifika kanje. Here's the thing. I don't even know ukuthi ngifika kanjani backstage.
Oh, you went up backstage, okay.
Angazi ukuthi ngangiyofunani. Ngikakwe yini because for about a year bengifika enkonzweni ngihlale le emuva. But on that day ukuthi ngene kanjani ngafika kanjani ngikutshela but ngafika.
Before the service started.
Ngabona lokho engikubonayo. And then ngifika endlini ngiyathula phela endlini ngisho bayangikhumbuza ukuthi gogo wena ugogo ngisho ngayapi wena ugogo sekuyinkinga manje sekumele ngixoxe ukuthi hayibo phela esotweni ngibone into ukuthi ene ngingayibuki ngeso lika moya ngiyibona nje kanje. All right. 3 days later sekuza ke manje amaphupho. Pastor, I know what you saw. Keep quiet.
And awukhulumi vele with anyone at that point.
Babe bangigcinile.
Yeah.
Ngavalelisa.
Yeah.
Ngavalelisa all the way from home ukuthi
Yeah.
ngiyabonga mina. Okay, ngihlale ke. Yangisho phela. There's a text. Remember, mawumuntu kamoya. It's not only centered around wena nomndeni wakini nomsomo sekhaya. Uphiwa ama responsibility that extend beyond ikhaya lakho. Une task yokukhulekela isizwe. Une task yokulapha isizwe from a distance umuntu angezanga yena physically. So now nginenkinga now. I'm seeing things ezinye ngizihandla kahle ngomkhuleko but ezinye ngithanda ngingathandi. Ngiyaphoqa ukuthi ngibiyele lapha.
Yeah.
La ngithi yo demons.
Right.
Akusafuni next. Kuye ngibone nami ukuthi yazi ukuthini akungisizi because now constantly liyakhuphuka idlozi liyabhonga ke manje back to square zero liyabhonga idlozi manje ziyakhala ke manje nabantu they never stopped coming. Afika ama patient ayithi nagogo sizolashwa. Hayi mina ngisasebenza abantu. Bafika abanye mina ngibonisela ekhaya kuthiwa ngizothwasa la ekhaya. Cha. Hayi la. Abanye bangangazi hayi sizofuna ugogo ubani gogo.
Yeah.
Mawungangazi hayi akekho.
Uyajika. Uyajika umuntu.
Akekho ugogo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kuye ngibuyele esontweni elasekhaya eyoni. Because akusizi. Uzobaleka kusekuphenini. Nalapho futhi ngisazikhethela ukuthi no ngizokhuleka kuphela. Ngizosebenza ngesiprofit. Ngisayenza lela phuthe engalenza leli eqaleni. I think 2 years later. Yeah, zakhala. Phela msebenzi. Kwaphela I remember bengisevarsity at the time. Zakhala zami. All my life I'd never struggled in school. For the first time. Zakhala. Angifaili by the way. But ngiphasa ngamanye marks nami angikhalisi inyembezi ukuthi but angizanga mina varsity ukuthi ngizophasa kanje. Ngincancamezela ngisebenze kakhulu kanje ngokuyikhandla futhi. Literally yonke into crumbled relationship zakhala. Yazi bekumgowo.
Bathatha kwasa.
Kumgowo o serious zama zikhala emndenini. Zikhala financially, zikhala relationship wise nabogogo nabo labathi silana babantu nasisizwe umele usilaphe yakuphela inkani
ngisho bathi bakuvusa kanjalo vele bongathi
yakuphela inkani. Then I was like after isikhathi eside angiyenza into if I'm half-hearted about it.
Okay.
So kwathi la sengizwe ukuthi yabona manje ngiyavuma ukuthi ngi-reach out. Mina futhi ufuna manje abuntu. Ufuna impepho. Ufuna ngiyokhuluma manje nabantu abadala ukuthi bafethu. No. Ngizwile. Yeah, no, like ngizwile. Ngizwile. Beze futhi. Ukuthi oh sozwile uzolalela. Yeah, ngizolalela ngesikhathela.
Yeah.
Sasikhethela, and they were like, okay, back to square zero. Sakutshela kwasiqaleni ukuthi thina into zethu siyazenzela. And sasikhethela abantu abazokusiza because ukhule wena esontweni. And abantu bobathola, even though they were good people, but bebangayiqondi indlela yethu yokwenza. Bungeke uzukhule, that's why sigcine sikufaka kubantu ebebazokucathulisa endleleni. Manje ka usayindawo.
Yeah.
Vele bakumele uzenzele from the get go. Siqala kwa that's when my journey of self-initiation started. So now the difference is that yonke into ngiyazenzela manje.
Yeah.
Angidinge imkhaphi, angidinge nix. Nanoma ngasiphi isikhathi bayithe okay, woza. Yendaweni so, shona le yenza ukuthi I do. Yeah, and since ngihamba ngale ndlela leyo, yo ngikhule ukudlula leya 12 years wonke. Ngazuza nezinto ebengazicabanga ukuthi ya exist. Man, ngifise ngathi ngabe I was at liberty to discuss yonke into. But ngizobamba nje here and there. Endleleni kamoya kunegaba. I know a lot of people don't like talking about this, but zikhona igaba kwamoya. Just like mawuse esikolweni uqale primary school, high school, maybe college, varsity, kanjalo nasemsebenzini kuyafana nasemoyeni. Uye ukhule. And I always thought, okay, ayikho le. Only to find ukuthi wonke lamathathe engidlula ku bekuyisi isikolo. Because I remember this one time ngakhala ukuthi how is it that ngidlule into enzima kanje, like niyafuna ngempela ukuthi ngijabule mina ngithola injabulo, and they like uzobasiza kanjani abantu into ungadlula ngakuyona. Yisi isikolo sakho lesa sikhe sidlulisile. Ngale kwalokho ukuthi uphume futhi uyoshayeka ngaphandle. Then ngafunda futhi ukuthi yonke into esidlula kuyo, all these attacks, demons, ubuthakathi nani konke kuyi-test. How you handle it determines how far you go, or ukuthi ukhula kangakanani emoyeni. Because I remember something had happened ngasomeone emndenini angihlalele lo muntu angiphendula iproject. And then khona lapho in the mix was a recent ex. Nginamathulusu ukuthi ngaba-destroy labantu. Namathulusu guys ukuthi nginga-destroy.
Yeah, mofuna.
Mangifuna.
Yeah.
And I chose not to. For months ngangihlezi emkhulekweni, ngikhuleka, ngifasta, ngiphahla, ngicela, you know, ngihambela endaweni vele sikamoya, intaba, ihlane, manzi. Ngilokhu ngikhulekile nje. Then this one time liyafika ikhehla lithi basili test yakho.
Okay.
Uyakhuphuka manje esigabeni sikamoya. That's when I understood why kuthiwa awusiphindiselele. They are there to fight for you, and they fight better.
Yeah. So I've heard, because yazi thina abantu shame siphile enyameni ibe khona lento ukuthi ngathi nga.
Yeah, abanye abantu bayakulinda. Abanye abantu bakulinga ngale ndlela le. Ubone hore bukreste byatswa uthi yabona manje
guys
kusalinda
limizitsheni
kuselindoda manje ubungcwele bya, you know, but I've always umthetho wabekwa from the get go. Here's the thing, before ngizongena esikhupheni I'd already been given imithetho nayo yonke into ngisasebenza ngokwesithunywa ukuthi asishaye thina impinde, asikwenza ukuthi so bekungasi into enzima for mina. It's something that came natural ukuthi you know what, le angizukuyilwa ngalutho. Bonani umuntu weni lo.
Yeah.
Bonani ukuthi niphuma kanjani. So ngila ngikhona today, ngikhulile. Kubenzima, kusanzima kwezinye izinto, but there is light. Yeah. There's light, there's growth. Yini enye futhi engaphinde ngikhalele.
Yeah. So with self-initiation, the difference would obviously being that awuyi ukuyohlala kaGqabela.
Yes.
And angeke uzuyenza umsebenzi I'm thinking wokuphothula uyawenza now.
Uyawenza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because so it's the same as
more or less.
Okay.
More or less. The difference here is that yonke into you guided ngamaphupho ukuthi yenza ukuthi manje yenza ukuthi and you must kumele ucikelele ukuthi uyalalela because okujampayo usibulala wena kuyakumisa one place or kuyakulimaza ngalendlela kukulimaza ngayo. However, if ulandelela izinto njengoba utshelwa there's progress kuyayiwa uyabona nawe ukwenzeka kwezinto ukuthi okay khona la kuvula khona la kukhanya khona uyayibona lento leyo. They are very strict, by the way, because into zabo awuzikhulumi abathanda ukuthi ulibele uhamba upepesa ngento zabo lokupepesile kuma situation where you'd get ukuthi unlike ephehlweni okay sikagobela ngikhulekela amaphupho mhlawumbe ngenza ukuthi they would tell you woza endaweni so ufike wenza ukuthi ukwenze udlulele kwesinye isigaba or udlulele kwenye because mele athi ukhombula ukuthi kuyabukeka ukuthi qala ukuthi uhamba namiphi imimoya kuqala umuntu esiphiwe okanye umuntu edlozi and then it will determine indlela yakho as umuntu uhamba indlela kamoya ukuthi uhamba ngayiphi indlela yayibona lento le but ke yenzeka kona and then uyaphothula bayakutshela futhi ukuthi uphothula ngani kanjani yonke into uyazenzela kodwa bakhona ke ababa nenhlanhla ukuthi babaphe abantu look no man is an ocean even though we self initiate but uyamdinga umsisi because ukudecoder ama message ukudecoder amaphupho alone requires the Herculean effort because once wa missa anything lapha ya kukhulu okungonakala umonakalo omningi yeah
all right. And then with okay, I'm interested with the last part your photula right when ukagobela le embuzi and what not, does that still happen more zenzala?
Look
when you
sorry guys, firstly ukuphothula yini maybe
or to
certain words phela thina amavuyo ayasdonora
conclude everything like pet when you finish up everything
conclude something efana naleyo cishe ifana nentwaso but ngendlela different from intwaso yes
askishem so with that imbuzi iba khona nakhona so uyaliphuza uliphalaze nakhona okay
phela logo yikuthwasa lokho lokho kwakungafuneki kumina kwase
ukuthi ukwenze because abanye ngisho I know ukuthi baba self initiator like through emaphupheni abanye bathi bayenza emaphupheni
actually a lot happens emaphupheni izinto eziningi zenzakala emaphupheni ngenxa yokuthi ezinye indawo ijule kakhulu ukuthi ungafika kuzona ezinye indawo zinemfihlo kakhulu and siyakhuluma
abantu
siyakhuluma and then sikhulumela ngezinto ekumele sihloniphe so izinto eziningi zizokwenzakala emaphupheni and then ezinye uzozenza physically
all right so where are you right now with your journey?
Ngiphushile zami
hey uthoba ubalale ya 12 years ngathi
ngiphushile even though I mentioned indaba ye rank angithandi ukuthi ngicile kakhulu kuko lokho for safety sake kodwa ngikhulile ngisho ngithi ngikhulile emoyeni and then izinto ebezidingakala for mina nabantu abahlezi kimi ukuthi bahlaliseke kahle ngiphushile
so are there certain habits maybe that you had before this whole journey right ekamele ukuthi uziyeke or ezivele zaziyekelela like zavele zaphela?
I've had to die a million times literally I've had to die a million times. Ukhumbule mawumbethwa abantu abadala you are expected to lead a certain lifestyle and then ufika emhlabeni esiphila kuona uba nama interest athize uba nezinto ozithandayo that have absolutely nothing to do nendlela yakho kamoya. Letting go of that was hell because ngumuntu I'm intense. Yonke into engiyenzayo like ngishilo ngithi angiyenza into ngihalf hearted ngayo. So yonke into engiyenzayo you best believe ukuthi into la. Mina I've had to leave izinto eziningi engangizithandile serious because like I said ngumuntu obhalayo ngumuntu oculayo ngumuntu bekazithandela ukudj nje ngumuntu artistic. So hey ngancenga for years kungalungi so nako lokho waphoqa ukuthi ngikushiye. I've had to give up izinto engangiyibhekile ukuthi mina ngifuna lokhu. I actually ngifise ngathi ngabe ukhona umuntu owangitshela very early in life ukuthi it's not about you. See mistake engayenza, I made this whole process about me. If I had understood from the get-go ukuthi it's not about me, kube zonke izinto ezenzakele asangidlule kusona. In a sense that bekuthiwa ngizokwenza umzekelo. Years back, matriculatile ngiqedile, so there's no money now yokuthi ngiqhubeke ngesikolo. Ngile college but ngagula, so ngagcina i-course ekumele ngiyenze iminyaka ngagcina ngiyenza unyaka. So now inkinga ukuthi okay, ama-peers wami ayasebenza, ama-peers wami nama-career nan, like something's got to give. So ayafika futhi amakhehle ukuthi okay, hamba ufunda anything humanities. Uzofundisa abantwana besikolo. And I was like, bomkhulu nithi manje ngibheka nabona ukuthi ngifuna ukuba uthisha mina. Angilapho. And they made means, by the way, because ilange bafika ngalo 3 days later ngahlangana ne primary school teacher yam, who's now principal, by the way. And was like, no, my form na leadership ye teaching. And I was like,
so you never did that?
I never went.
So akusisikoloto manje would say it's something that you still have to do. All right.
Okay, fine. After I rejected teaching, ngiyabuyela mina ngifuna ukufundisa. Nisemani ngibona mina ngifuna ukucula mina. Mina ngifuna ukutitsha mina. Mina ngifuna ukwenza sound engineering. Ngifuna ukwenza ukuthi bathula bangibuka bathi okay, thina sifuna usebenza ube nimazi ukuqedelela into zethu. They're like okay, fine. They look around and then they send me. Ufuna umsebenzi? Kuka uzazi ukuthi ufunani. Ngcono uhambe uye eMetropolis. Ngithi nina namadlozi ahlambulukile. Nisa eMetropolis. Bangilayele. Banginika igama lomuntu nesibongo somuntu bangitshela ukuthi ngizomthola phi. Ngenza research yami. I didn't know mina ukuthi JMPD at the time. Bangangitshela ukuthi I branch A1 lapha ngase Faraday. Only to learn ukuthi banama subdivision around Joburg, and I was sent to Elof. I went for interest sake. Ngamthola lo muntu. But did I follow through?
You didn't.
Number 2 loyo. Number 3 bathi okay. Sikhathele uwe. Usisale hamba ngabantu esibhedlele. Again, a leadership lens on my lap. Ngagcwalisa ama-form bangithathe ngiye for ama interview, panel interviews, ngiphase kahle ngene kunesing. Zikhala, I'm like le akusiyona yami. Cha ngiyabonga mina. Years later ngisevarsity na. Bayabuya futhi ukuthi sakhumbula sikutshela ukuthi hambo yenza wenza teaching. Okwenzayo kuyahambelana nayo. Wenza isisi ucikelela ukuthi uyawathatha ama module azokufikisa lapho. Kwaba I struggle ukuthi ngithole ezinye izinto because I refused. Ukwenza le ngangitshelwa yona. And then ngangifuna mina lokho engikufunayo and konke lokho engangikufuna kungenzela ngalutho ngifisa ndawo futhi empilweni. So letting go of my interest as ugugu was very difficult because mina in my mind ngase ngihleli yami indlela ukuthi I'm this type of person, ngifuna lokhu, and then how now I have to be King Kong. Sorry, ngithanda ukuthi ngithi ngu-King Kong because imuphi usisi amaziyo ohamba nepiki nofashola ukubhumthi guys. Uyayibona le nto leyo. So kubhlungu because the system esikhula kuyona i-system efike ithi what do you want to be when you grow up. And it's never a system ethi do you know what your purpose is. So we understand adjust. It's okay. It's not about hypnotic. It's not about ukuku. It's not about tattoo.
Hypnotic konje wegama lakho lokutijela.
Uyayibona lo nto leyo. So ziningi izinto kwakhosa ukuthi ngiziyeke and I'm comfortable. Kulokhu ke akuna nento ebhlungu la kubhlungu khona ukuthi yo ngiyakuthi ngayikho ngihappy nginengipeace engayazi.
Nothing beats that. Do you still go to Groove?
No.
Okay. And awukulangazeleli ne? Like okay.
No. If kunesikhathi la kuthiwa sambeni maybe kayi-1 ngonyaka with my sisters like unyaka uphelile wena uDecember sami nalapho ngiyacabanga ukuthi kuba nzima because I struggle. It was a struggle even before because I'd be around a crowd enkulu and struggle because manje ngiabsorb ama energies wabantu. Ngizohleka manje ngoba uzami yahleka angena ukwenu maybe una something emsinda emoyeni lo muntu uyakhala uhappy makala igroove sengiyakhala ngoba ukwenu uyakhala so I struggle mangi around ama crowd amakhulu so nginaso nje leso sikhathi soku angibhoreki by the way ngiyakuthanda
because I think sinokubanga ukuthi into ebhlungu is that mabakiyekisa into sayithanda maybe and maybe the transition iba very difficult.
It was painful.
Ngiyacabanga nami ukuthi it would really
the transition
be a
wasn't easy. I don't want to lie to you, especially because no one explained ukuthi uzufike la ufike kanjani. Uzumbathwe abantu abanje ku kanjani. Uyangizwa?
Yeah.
Makuthiwa ingane isibusiso everyone just thinks lo muntu lo indlela yakhe uzozihlahlela yona asebenze kanzima abe yilokho lutho.
It's not about you.
It is not about you.
Yeah.
Kwaba nzima ke ukuthi ngijwayele lokho. Kokunye ngase ngidaza inkani ngidaziswa yiko lokho ukuthi ni controller yonke into guys, ni control emjolweni, ni like yini ningayicontrol. Uyayibona le nto leyo. So kuningi nje engakushiya zama and finally I'm okay.
Yeah. And certain foods did you have to change your diet?
Yeah. Fortunately it was something ekukuthi vele angiyithandi vele and ayingangiphathi kahle vele from ebuncaneni.
Okay.
Yeah, ngithola seafood.
Okay.
I don't do seafood at all.
Why is it that abantu who are spiritually gifted guys
I don't do
seafood
at all? Ngiqubuka ngibola umzimba lo.
Yeah. Pork?
Ngumuntu ama-tonsils ke. Angiyidli ngoba ngumuntu ama-tonsils. Yeah, but i-pork nje yinto mawuqala ihamba ledlozi they tell you
no
not pork and it makes sense because i-pork idla yonke into. Ungafaka umntwana esithebeni seingulube zama. Angeke uthole kwayithambo ne-DNA yakhe ngeke baze bayipick up. So how do you eat into edla yonke into?
I'm Nandi that type.
Uyidla kanjani zama into edla yonke into bese uba right.
Say for argument's sake and then thina sidla inyama.
Ithatha isikhathi esingakanani ukusuka. Okokuqala nje ingulube kunzima ukuthi kuze kufe kwa konke lokho. Lawa parasites nani. Bacteria kaufela dinkanako hore dishwe. So ko wena ka Haruna na re etsa eng affect hakakang. Say for argument's sake ngempela zithole umntwana. Zadla zaze zaqaba namathambo. Bathathe yona leyo bayoyenza ibacon kazama. And then besebenza
ngaphandle ngisho inyama ingaphandle it's not man kungasho kanjalo yes
kukude ekhaya kukude zama you know so ingulube ke njengomuntu ama-tonsils it's never really ekhaya nje ama-tonsils you know other than that angina stress ngiyakudla konke okunye ukudla okunye yimi nje kufika leso sikhathi whereby ngiyeza ukuthi inayingeni ingihlule for leso sikhathi kuye futhi besiyavuma futhi ukuthi ayithi ngiyidla yabona yeah
at least mayeka kanjalo izinto mazike
kuba lula unlike le mina ngizifunela yona yayeka kanzima yeah lokho kunye hayi kwayeka kanzima afuna uqamba manga and kwakungiconfuse because ngikhule ngizithandela ukudj and then kula makhehla lawo khona babadlala ama instruments. I come from a very musical family.
Okay.
Ezinye ingoma uyaziphupha ezinye izinto uyazibhala so bengibuye ngishaya nayo confusion ukuthi kanti nifunani
because nangiphuphisa ngaphamela ngiyeke
bebefuna ukucula mina ngifuna ukucula ukucula angicula oba ngikhona ukucula but bekungasiyinto esenhlizwe only now la ngihlabelela ngizwe ukuthi ngiyafuna ukuhlabelela manje but now ngihlabelela esadweni
phela so mangaba negig ke ekhona umuntu athi
angazi honestly angazi because ngase ngiyijele nje ukuthi anything that has to do with entertainment cha ngiyabonga mina.
And then guitar, do you still play?
Yeah.
Okay, in your
They
own
stole
space.
my first guitar, by the way. And I had to get another one, but yeah, ngesikhathi sami, yeah, siyafika nje leso sikhathi, like ngisho ngithi ukubhala into ekhona, ngihlala ngibhala yonke into ekhona. Music I write.
Okay.
Ama-series ngiyabhala. But ngiye ngathatha isinqumo sokuthi ayikho engizoyenza anything ngayo ngaka totally go ahead.
Yeah.
Because baz control into zabo, especially with the writing. Because I remember ikhona project engangifuna ukungena kuyona, si keep it with a friend of mine. They're like, no. Bastate ama reason why.
Okay.
So until ba approve abona, I've decided with you, I don't want to break my heart.
That's why usilindisile nathi.
Hayi bo kahle. Akilindisanga kangaka.
No, it was not that long.
You know. So yeah, akukho lula guys. Like ngisho ngithi ngifise ngathi ngabe from ebuncaneni siyatshelwa ukuthi find out what your purpose is. We have so many people aba ku depression, abanye bayibulala because kunhlanga zimuka nomoya akuhlangane nikusempilweni. Abanye, and I've actually experienced this. Ufike shop mhlambe ngelinye ilanga yokwenza shopping. You get there, yambona lo muntu uyasebenza but uyakhala, their soul is crying because I'm not supposed to be here. Yayibona le nto le. So many people are not aligned. And it's sad. That's why ubona izinto zenzakala ngale ndlela ezenzakala ngayo. So ngathi abazele bangakufundisa lokho bakutshala ingane zabo from a very young age. Kanti nasebakhulile, it's never too late.
Yeah.
It's never too late. Kushaya you 10 qale kwa
True.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, do you have any questions? Because there's something I would love to dive into after this. Yeah.
Okay. For a human being, in my point of view, for you to find purpose, you need to start realizing that you need to serve others in a certain way. So the serving of others might happen in different ways. It's not the same for everyone. A lot of people, or a lot of spiritual people, I'm noticing, some might assume, Uguti, for me to serve, I'd have to do this in a certain traditional way. Like maybe to go be a healer. It would be an example, let's say.
All right.
But going back to the point, Yauri, for you to actually find purpose in life, you need to serve people in a certain way.
Yeah.
For any business to thrive, whether it's a food business or it's a hospitality or anything, if you're looking at them, all of them, they have one thing in common, is that they're serving people in a certain way.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily in the same way, but they're serving. And for them to serve people, you find Hore, they keep growing and. So now, as a child, when you are born with a certain thing of, let me use the word, being selfish.
Okay.
Which is very normal and it's very forgivable for a child. When you see it in a child, you can forgive it easily because it's very adorable. But when you see it in an adult, it's something that's very heartbreaking because they live for themselves and. A child, when they're born, when they want a breast or when they want milk, they want milk. They don't care how you are feeling. You woke up today, you're like this. And that's the whole point of selfishness.
Yeah.
So hence I say in a child, when you see it in a child, it's very adorable. But however, the older you get, the more you realize, Hori, life will bring you to your knees in a certain way for you to actually switch from being selfish or doing the things that you want to do. It was nice when you were young, but the older you get, you need to realize, Wuti, you need to serve people in a certain way. Yeah. And hence, I'm going to keep saying it doesn't have to be the same way as other people. I think a lot of people, when they see the spiritual path, they have this thing, maybe Wuti, hey, now I have to go do this, I have to go. And for me, maybe it's not. Only to find Wuti, you might have talents in a certain way.
Yeah.
And you might be able to serve in that sense. So now with spirituality, it's split down the middle. Everything there's good, there's bad.
Yeah.
In everything.
Yeah.
There's no running away from this. And
Yeah.
I keep saying, it's the same with, I keep saying Christianity, they like to believe God is only good. But everything splits down the middle. For everything to exist, for God to create everything, He created good and bad. Bottom line. And that's something that I think a lot of people tend to have a tough time accepting. So as much as I say, you'll go to church, you'll find there's good people who want to do good and there's people who want to do bad. And typically those who want to do bad, it would either be in a selfish manner. They still have that selfish gene in them where I want. And the unfortunate part is if people have to get hurt for me to get what I want, then it shall be. Hence you find the fake pastors and because they want to live a certain lifestyle. However, them living that lifestyle will mean them hurting people in a certain way. Whereas you would find still in church, there are people who still serve. A person might not be getting all the money or getting a private jet as the other pastors, but they still do what they used to be doing and it fulfills them. And they understand how they are serving the community in a certain way. So everything has its place, as much as I say it's good and bad. So I actually want to ask something in terms of dreams. What you've learned in terms of dreams, ne? With dreams, as much as I say everything has its place. If you go down a early go Joburg somewhere at night, you know you might be inviting trouble. You might believe I'm protected, maybe, or it might be whatever. Ne? But however, going down that path, there's a certain result that happens for people who go down this path. And it's been learned by others and. Ne? I'm trying to think of an example where, okay, there's good and then there's bad. So now there's the light and then there's the dark. Ne? You have your peers where as much as a lot of people might have this misconception now, if you go into that spiritual path in terms of African spirituality, even though it might not be a word, but just to make it clear, a lot of people think, and. So I'm going back to the example, or even in church, you might find there are people who are doing good and there are people who are doing bad. And even if in the spiritual path, the African path, you'd find for those who are doing bad, it's more a selfish thing as opposed to a servicing thing for the community or the society at large. Ne? So now my question about the dream is, do you trust dreams that you have at night? I can remember I told you, Hori, everything has a time. You might find, Hori, at night, there's a certain something that's more stronger. Let's say evil. Let's say good exists during the day and let's say evil exists at night. Evil is stronger at night and good is stronger during the day. Just as an example. With dreams, do you think there's a place? Let's say maybe, because you might find, if you dream at night, do you believe a dream? Okay, here's the question. Do you believe a dream that you have at night, whereas a dream that you'd have in the morning when it's light outside? Which message are you going to take? Because I do believe already, even in the dream world, there are deceptions and there's a truth.
Okay. When it comes to indaba zamaphupho kwenane, discernment is very important. Asiqale lapho. Ne? A lot counts. Masizofika endabeni zamaphupho. You could be endaweni engekho right. Ehlaselwa imimoya engekho right. Engaphindi phambanise. But when you're able to discern, uzobona ukuthi le akusiyo. That's why nginga-emphasize indaba zokuthi especially mawuzophatha ey'ntweni ze-spirituality, cleanse your space, cleanse i-charity, cleanse nawe, to avoid into ey'fana nalezo. Akhona ngempela amaphupho alahlekisanayo. Kukhona futhi ukuthi nomunye umuntu akushaye ukuthi uphuphe into opposite yale ekumele uyenze. That's where now discernment comes in. You find that omunye umuntu prefer ukuthi into makayibonile rather ayicelise ukuthi makunqo iphindi ibuye. Even though engeke isabuya ngendlela leya, but iqhubekisa lo yamlayeza loya. So angeke ngize ngithi iphupho lasebusuku yileli right lasekuseni leli right. Where are you at the time? Ispace sakho sinjani? Uyayibona lento izinto ezinjalo ziya counter. Unless kuguti umuntu ekuguti ngizothini, what's this word I'm looking for? Umuntu ekuguti aligned nengelosi yakho. Whether or not kune energy engekho right, uzokhona ukubona umlayezo straight. And nanoma kune energy engekho right, uzofila even in your sleep ukuthi la ngikhona. That's why you are waking up in the middle of the night. Pray. awuvuselwa phela. You must understand ukuthi it's not all the time la uzongena into a trance to receive messages. Mabuphela ubuthongo phakathi kobusuku kusuke kunento eyenzakalayo. So kunomkhuba ukuthi umuntu makavuka ebusuku uphaphamile and then you decide to play uyodlala ngefone.
Ngothi ubamba ubuthongo futhi
and thina sikuvusela ukuthi khuleka uvimbe whatever it is lezayo or leyenzakalayo la igcikeni or la kule room lakho. You know what I mean? So it's very important ukuthi nawe njengomuntu you pray. You can't just go uyolala nje. Prayer is very important, by the way. Whether wenza izinto ngokwesintu, whether wenza izinto ngendlela yes a Christian. Prayer is very important because yonke into iqala kumvela inqanga. So you must pray. Avoid into efana nalezo, especially if umuntu okholelwa emaphupheni. Ngoba iphupho lona lilomlayeza. Whether or not mhlambe inyongo ngoba kaningi bathi hayi unenyongo khipha inyongo, whether or not kunama energies angekho right. Lumlayeza udinga ukuthi udecode kahle khona uzothola message ukuthi okay lephupho belingilethele lo mlayeza lo. Yes.
Then how would you cleanse your space? Let's say you don't necessarily consult mhlambe ukuthi unganikwa maybe imithi, the things that you can use.
Yeah. I find that ukudla lokesipheka ngako kumuthi.
Okay.
So zikhona izinto ezifana nabo matswayi, zikhona izinto ezifana nabo what's this cinnamon, you can use cinnamon, you can use abo bay leaves, you burn bay leaves ziyaqosha umoya emibi.
Okay.
Clean futhi nangazo ukuxosha imimoya engekho right. You don't necessarily have to come kuguga yokwemba umuthi or akuphi isiwasho. There's so many things that you can use ukuphila. Like achazile kwena ukuthi yonke into emhlabeni kabili. What you use for healing omunye umuntu may use for ukuthakatha. Into ebalekile yilo ikhipha la. Mawuphethe lokho. Yes.
So while you're cleansing your space, you also speak.
Uyakhuluma.
Okay.
Uyakhuluma, you can't just do into bese uyathula because lo oyenzayo okanye othumele lo moya uyakhuluma ukuthi mawufika lapha ufika wenza ukuthi. And also you need to understand ukuthi sidila nama problems that not only have to do with witchcraft, sidila nangama problems womkhathi. We si address into efana namademoni. You address it demon ngomthi. You will never win.
So that's where prayer comes in.
That's where prayer comes in. Yayibona lento le. Yes. I don't know if uphendulekile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have a part 2 to the question?
Yeah, sure.
So ukungena igaba or izigaba.
Yeah.
Ama levels, ne? We're speaking levels.
Yeah.
So Ankere, the older you get, from a young stage, everything is very black and white. It's this or that.
Yeah.
But the more older you get, the more you get introduced into things that are complicated.
Yeah.
Before it was just you and your mother, maybe, or you and your family.
Yeah.
But the older you get, there's society, there's your next door friend now, there's Kasla How, or let's say the street Kasia How, there's your region, there's Gauteng, there's and school friends. So a lot starts getting added onto your life.
Yeah.
And with a lot getting added onto your life, a lot of responsibility gets added. Ne? So now we're speaking in terms of the spiritual path, the different levels, which is Ikaba. The more I think, the more you're into the the more you're into the spiritual path, the more responsibilities you'll be given in different levels, let's say.
Yeah.
Ne? I believe there's the God level, which is the ultimate level, and this is how you behave, this is what you do to other people, this is your base algorithm, maybe, let's call it that, as a human being. Ne? If you're doing good, it's for this side. If you're doing bad, it's for this side. And get the way you're behaving as a human being. I still need to be clear on certain levels underneath that. So forgive, Mara. We spoke about this. Polite, I think. Ulali boy. So you might find, or under God, there might be a level of, let's say, spirits, or we say angels. They're different in different cultures. Others might call, I know the Chinese, they've seen the dragon, which if you're speaking the dragon in terms of black culture, maybe, ne? Of which is a spirit or is it an angel, I'm not sure. But you'll highlight me, and forgive me, the viewer, if I'm ignorant to certain things. I'm still learning. So we said there's a God level, and then we said there's underneath that level there's the spirit angel, the spirit level. Underneath that, let's say there's the ancestors level. Where it is, where you come from, and then end. And then after that level, we'd say there is you, as a human being.
Yeah.
And now this is the plane that you are in, which is the physical.
Yeah.
The ancestors maybe would be another plane. Maybe that's in the dream world. I'm not sure. Like I said, forgive me if I'm wrong with certain things. I'm still trying to learn.
Yeah.
Each of these levels have mission statements, or they have responsibilities. As much as I said, remember I said when you're a child, things are still few that you're responsible for. But the older you get, the more responsibilities you get handed. So the older you get, maybe in the spiritual path, it seems, I'm saying this as an observation. I'm not saying I'm in it or anything like that.
Yeah.
As an observation, I'd see you get responsibilities in different levels. And I said there's a God, and then there was a spirit level, and then there's the ancestors level, and then there's you.
Yeah.
So with you, it's okay, let's say whatever it is that you want to do, which should be not necessarily selfish, but then if it's helping others, let's say it's a good thing. And then with ancestors, let's say, Tina Laikaya, this is what we do.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow this, maybe this is when they come in and they teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, right now, this is your time on stage. Each of us maybe had a time on stage at some point, but then we've gone off the stage, and now we're putting you on the stage.
Yeah.
But Rone, this is what we do, and when you're supposed to be following this path.
Yeah.
And when now, let's say you're the level beneath that, which is you want to do your own thing, but let's say at this level, there's a certain responsibility you're supposed to fulfill. And then on top of that, let's say there are spirits that want you to do something. There's some sort of something that you're supposed to fulfill there as well, as much as on top of that, there's a level of God, which is, So what is your thinking about that? Maybe do you know anything along those lines, or am I wrong? Am I right? Am I seeing it right? Or
you are seeing it right. Ukuthi nje we have indlela ezidifferent sokubiza izimo nezinto. But yonke into iphathile exist. And then if sizoyibuya, ithi when we narrow it down to spirituality, and sibheka especially ebantwini ukuthi ba abantu abahamba nabantu abadala, you must remember ukuthi kunabantu be calling, kunabantu be gift. Awufani.
Okay.
When we talk about the callings, sikhuluma ngobizo. That's where we address izinto zedlozi directly. What was not done right, what needs to into edinga ukuthi ipheleliswe, mhlawumbe khona ufikile emhlabeni azange azayenze into ebekayizele o wayishiya phakathi bengekaqedi nani o ukhona uhambe namacala. They baba interesta wena ngokuthi ubacelela uxolo kuNkulunkulu ubawese ba address into efana nalezo. Abanye balapha imisamo yasekhaya, abanye balapha izwe. That's why it's very important, especially ma umuntu ophiwe umsebenzi wokwelapha, to understand ukuthi indlela yakho yeyiphi. Uhamba le ndlela uzokwelapha nawe ngelinye ilanga, noma ulungisa umsamo wasekhaya, noma uzophelelisa something engazange yabe khona. And then bese kuba nabantu be gift, abantu bakamoya. It's completely different from okwehlozi. Because okwabo kuhamba nama universal spirits that angancikanga ekuthenini khabo baba kunje or khabo mama kunje or idlozi kanje. If bathi you are going to do this thing, bakunikeza lelo jogo lelo, and then lapho awudili nehlozi, udila nama universal spirits, umoya.
Okay.
Yes, there's a difference. There's a huge difference. And I find that abantu abaningi bangena endleleni yedlozi okanye kamoya bangazazi kwabona nhlobo ukuthi nginomoya noma nginehlozi. Isiphiwo noma ubizo.
Is it possible ukuba the gift ubizo? I'd say maybe if I'm looking at it, isn't ubizo your responsibility in terms of gini, your ancestors?
Ungayibeka ngaleyo ndlela leyo, because like I said ukuthi iphathelene nezinto zasekhaya zomsamo wasekhaya. Ukhumbula ukuthi masikhuluma ngomsamo sikhuluma ngelineage yonke. Angisho ni connectwa i DNA. lineage yonke
Yeah.
umsamo wasekhaya. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then with the gift now, would you say it's still involved in nama ancestors, or now we're going to the spirit level?
Spirit level.
Yeah,
definitely
remember we
spirit
said
level.
there's different levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that would be more on the spirit level. So it's
Yes.
possible to have ubizo and have gift as well.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's possible, but kuzo zoyithi kuba khona elidayo. You have to understand ukuthi olidayo ubani.
The higher one would be above the ancestors,
Yes.
wouldn't it?
Yes.
So this is the gift.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Kunabantu ngizokwenza umzekelo, kunabantu abafika emhlabeni bembethe.
So it's not everyone.
It's not everyone.
Okay.
Kunabantu abafika emhlabeni bembethe. Abantu besiphiwo. Abantu bakamoya. Abahamba bahlushwe imimoya, and that's where now a lot of people miss the point, like you were saying earlier, ukuthi you are gifted une purpose ekumele uzoyifulfilla, and it's not always izinto zokuthi you have to go heal, you have to go uyokwenza izinto zabantu abaphansi nani. You understand? So now masikhuluma ngesiphiwo, isiphiwo could be anything. Kunabantu abaphiwe ukuthi bacebe, kunabantu abaphiwe ukuthi babe famous, kunabantu abaphiwe ukuthi babe abelaphi. It differs. So it's very important to understand ukuthi makuthiwa uphiweni kahle hle. You understand? Whereas with calling, we know ukuthi sibhekephi.
Okay.
You understand? With isiphiwo, it's broad. It's broad. Ayincikanga futhi ukuthi ekhaya umsamo ubhede kangakanani or ini. You
I'm
are
curious
born
about
with
this.
it.
Yeah, it needs an episode.
Ufika indlela yakho seyihleliwe, you are born with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that one.
Yes.
Ngathi dinga vele episode. Yeah, like different types.
Yeah.
And I keep speaking at the spirit level.
Yes.
If I'm correct, maybe.
Yes. That's why khona manje kune debate enkulu between abantu abathwasile nama self-initiate. Too much politics there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people baye bangena emaphehlweni bathwasiswa kungafanele. Baneyiphiwo. Not ubiso.
Okay.
Yangithola. Abanye babo isiphiwo sakho sihamba nokwelapha but ngendlela ethize. But ku lineage yakho ukhona obeka nobizo ofuna ukuthi umdlulele sami weqala. I-leading spirits now decide ukuthi, let's say for instance, we self-initiate kanje. Kunemimoya ethize ohamba nayo ekwembethe. And then khabo baba kube khona umngoma. Naye athi ngihlala kuye lo mntwana. Siyabheka ukuthi kulida ini. Kulida umoya or kulida lapha. Then it will determine your path. Kuyenzeka ukuthi ube umuntu kamoya kodwa bekhona ube nayo umngoma. They now decide, they determine kahle indlela ozoyihamba ukuthi ngoba unaye umngoma kulama spirits kule mimoya ohamba nayo okanye lephiwo ohamba nazo umngoma ukhona. How are you now going to uzodlula kanjani kule ndlela kuze upheleliswe ebungomeni? Kunabantu abangenayo ephehlweni uthola ukuthi umuntu wakhona akadli nento asokenza inix muzo sethi abantu bami bathi ngiqedile into ebengiyiselela. Abanye bakhala nje impande. Phela. Not ukuthi baze badlule ku process yentwaso weBhayibheli bayaliphuza bayaliphalaza. You understand? It's because nginaye umngoma but akalidi kulabantu abangiphethe. uSamuel lapha emuve line there's ranks like ngisho ngithi kuna hierarchy entweni zikamoya kanjalo nedlozi kuna hierarchy ukuthi kuphethe bani kuphethe ugedla kuphethe isithunya kuphethe amakhosi kuphethe amabutho kuya ngawe ukuthi abantu abahlezi sorry amanono like there are different spirits kuya ngawe umuntu ukuthi ibaphi abalidayo that will determine ukuthi izinto zakho zenzeka kanjani kuze ubunyanga bakho bupheleliswe. Yes.
And I think we also need to touch on that, like the different spirits.
Yeah.
And just getting to know exactly.
I'm very interested in that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we'll definitely call you back for that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lon.
Yeah.
All right. Without wasting time, because I feel like you've covered everything beautifully. So
Thank you.
And I've always been curious about it. Guys, why? indaba yedliso, right? Because I know ukuthi there's different types of idliso, right? So can you just briefly tell us about different types of idliso? Because I remember once we had a topic, right?
Yes.
Sikhuluma about things women would do to keep men. Carbon. So idliso was a part of that because I've had the experience ngayo. So yeah.
Amadliso ayahlukana ngempela. From ukukhandwa kwawo ukuthi akhandwe kanjani.
Okay.
Ayahluka.
All right.
Ne purpose yawo ukuthi malifika ledliso ngifuna limenzeni usama.
Okay.
So a purpose is very ngizothini futhi ithi ngathi purpose ngithini intention yomuntu okunika lelo dliso lelo ukuthi ufuna ukuthi lizokwenzani. Omunye uthi okay no uzama ngathi uyangibona ukuthi ngiphinde ngihamba awuthi ngimvale uyakudlisa. Omunye uthi yazi ngifuna ukumdlisa agcina kube umuntu nje angayindawo ngempilo akudlise. Omunye athi ngifuna abheke mina ngedwa. Omunye athi ngifuna ajikele umndeni wakhe. Like intention yona ebalekile.
Okay.
But when it comes down to it, likhona idliso lika lomoya.
Okay. Elinjani lo?
Idliso lomoya yileli ozothola ukuthi uze umuntu ememeza igama. Sama yasabela selingenile.
Like emaphupeni or
no, in real life.
In real life, I think it's like lento kuva ngathi kuyakokotwa like banisho endlini. Uve kokotwa uthi come in but uzosifakela izinto akunamuntu okokotayo.
Sometimes kusuke kuyizidliso elihamba nezilwane.
Okay.
Yes. Bese kuba nedliso idliso elingena ngephupho.
Okay.
Uthola ukuthi uphupha uyadla and vele you're being fed poison. Yes. And they affect, which is the most dangerous by the way, because abantu abaningi bahambile banjiswa idliso lephupho. Bese kuba idliso la ngaphansi le tap zeni bosisi
bathi tap zeni
man
tap in
iphuthelwano zabo itap
is it that they okay istap yazisuka originally kunalento yegcotshiswa kudala ebusweni maybe istap it's like petroleum jelly sort of so stap
la uzothola umuntu uzohlangana nomuntu wesilisa usekagcishe something kuma privates abanye bayaphuza.
So when you have sex ngene kanjalo
Vicks
no
not necessarily ngisho iyahloniphiswa makuthiwa istap umuthi kahle
you've heard about Vicks Vicks
that is
Maria fana nama
no ibaba kanje Vicks maybe for to be tied
peppermint vibe like my sister the sister that we had for the sex toys I get there's peppermint so umoya bandayo so apparently
the purpose here is different
the budget
the intention
Vicks budget
budget intention is different yokuthi maybe the cooling effect is different than yokudlisa
okay
and then ngibalele phupho ngibalele kamoya ngibale la ngaphansi then now udlange idliso lombhulelo webhayo umuntu angakudlisa ngokuthelela phansi.
Okay.
Weqe
phansi
mofathi
jartin
thelela lazi khona ukuthi kwena uzodlula la weqe selingenile idliso.
Jobaba usho ukuthi the intentions
kuhluka ke manje ukuthi kuwo lawa
yenzeni
yes ufuna lenzeni.
So is it possible that udlisa umuntu with the intention ukuthi akubheke but maybe you overdo it to a point where says yamgulisa mhlawumbe waza shona from it?
Abantu abafana.
Okay.
Idliso, I don't like saying this but I'm going to say it. Idliso yinto eyayikhandwe mandulo. For obaba nomama bemizi sebashade ngokupheleliswa bedlisana. Ukuthi yonakalaphi omunye sekalandela omunye angazi bani beka broke lapho decide ukuthi ngizopha omunye ayi1 nani but ngaleyo ndlela yindlela esemthethweni ngani ngoba senishade ngokuphelelisiwe namadlozi asehlanganisiwe akekho wenzela omunye inkohlakala. You understand?
Akusinto eshodayo from today's marriages. Until with the divorce generation and we keep asking ourselves, hey, why singafana bogogo bethu namayini?
Cha, ngizonapha. Angithandi indaba edliso because isitha idalwa zomuntu and ishintsha uhlelo likaNkulunkulu. Ishintsha ihlelo likaNkulunkulu ngalendlela ukuthi should I decide ukuthi okay ukwena uNozama ufuna ukwena. I don't know ukuthi for nina noyithi ukuthi nihlangane idalwa zenu your ancestors bahlangane.
I was saying in marriage.
No, listen. Ngiyachaza.
Okay.
Yini injongo yabo ngokunihlanganisa nina noyithu babheke ini. There's a purpose nangalokho ukuthi ubani ahlangane nobani. Sengiyafika mina ngizoshintsha lelo hlelo ngedliso. Sengishintsha lonke uhlelo manje. Ngishintsha uhlelo lami obelidalwe for mina, ngishintsha uhlelo lakho, ngishintsha uhlelo lakhe. You understand ukuthi sengishintsha amahlelo empilo zabantu abangaki ngedliso. You understand? Kufana nokutwika reality. Not good. Yabani? Not good at all. Idliso. The way mina ngilibona ngakhona. And then kunabantu nje abangadliswa nhlobo. Uyamdlisa afi. Afi. Omunye umdlise aphenduka ibhubezi. Aphenduka ibhubezi umuntu.
The total opposite of what you wanted.
Kusasa sekaya kushaya. Sekuyinkinga sesiyangenelela thina manje siyaduduza kanti womqalile. Waya kumelaphi wahlanganisa into engahlangani. Kusasa umuntu yakuvukela endlini. Uba isilwane. Idliso lelo. Yeah.
So back to what Ukwena was saying, Guti, now our generation, right? They get married bad divorce. So are you Guti maybe let this on nayo? I say maybe that's why if besa pila ngalezo ikhathi maybe it would have been better.
Abantu bahlukana because of izathu eziningi. Idliso being one of them. Umuntu uyahamba yokona umndeni all right ngoba afuna ubaba walapha or afuna umama walapha. We see so many divorces namhlanje because umuntu akasabi ukukhipha ubaba omuzi kwakhe. Ayithathele yena. And it's so sad ngoba yenzakala nasebantwini abancane.
True.
That's why divorce rate isikhuphuke ngalendlela ikhuphuke ngayo manje. So idliso is one of the reasons why actually kunama divorce amaningi because uyohlakaza into ehlele uNkulunkulu lapha ya uyihlakazele wena. Wonke umuntu uyadlisana these days. Actually 90% yabantu bayadlisana. So you can imagine Tlakansuke sanali and it was not supposed to be like that. Vele makungamelanga ningadalelana, there's bound to be conflict and nizohlukana. You understand? Abantu bahlukaniswa yimisamo engaqondile. You marry into a family banenkinga yesibongo. It wreaks havoc emndenini. It wreaks havoc empilweni yomuntu ayi-one. So you can imagine when you're bringing other people kulo equation leyo ukuthi kuba njani. Bese kuba ukuthi abantu bahlukana ke ngezathu zabo ezisemaceleni. Where there are third parties and. But mase siya ey'ntweni zikamoya kaningi izinto eziyayi-contribute yiwamadliso. Kaningi izinto eyayi-contribute imisamo engekho right. Nabo ichitho. Yekani guys ukuchitha abantu. Like niyonile imizi nizonile impilo zabantu ngechitho. It's not nice.
It's not
nice.
And kakhulu I realize ukuthi it's young people kakhulu. And for amadoda. And you ask yourself ukuthi okay.
You'd be surprised.
Why ungavela uthathe le ndoda vele uyenza whatever yenzayo yabo uthathe le ndoda ungangishayi mina like
baba bathatha udlula mama these days. You'd be surprised.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's always for the wrong reasons. Sadly amandla umuntu osimame ahlezi kuyena esinyeni. And abantu baningi bathathelwa inhlanhla zabo. Through kulala.
Nana.
Ask.
Ukuphikisa mara angikhona.
Why it's so good?
No, basically what she's saying for sleeping around ingathatha inhlanhla.
Kunabantu intentionally
do that.
Umuntu azazolala nami intentionally
athwebula lokuthwebulayo.
Uzothatha inhlanhla zami.
Yes. It happens.
So what do you do in that case ke? Let's say we are born ukuthi ngathi sekuyabheda. Are there things that you can do and use? Lapha I think you'd have to go and consult.
You'd have to go and consult because if kube ne case yedliso la ngaphansi, if kube ne case yezinto ezifana abanye abantu bayabacupha abantu babo. uyolala nomuntu so uyozilandela ilumbo.
Yes.
Lumbo.
Kuyahlanganiswa kwena, kuhlanganiswa izilwane, inyoka, in
concoction.
Yeah, ama concoction nje nemithi ethize efika uyifaka kuwe umuntu ukuthi mawuzohlangana nomunye umuntu affect lo muntu negatively. Thola ukuthi ngizokwenza umzekelo, you have 2 partners. The other one now sekaba nenkinga. Uthola ukuthi you find a lot of women ozokutshela ukuthi senginenkinga ye discharge. I'm smelly down there. Sengihlezi ngimanzi angisamuza ubaba. Omunye uzozwa athi whenever siye enkonzweni yasekamereni sinobaba I bleed. You must know there ukuthi khona ukuganga okuthize. Ichitho zangaphansi. Amadliso angansi.
It's disgusting. Usifunela ukulungisa indoda yakhe ayeke the other person.
Umuntu landa ubaba womuzi oshade ngokupheleliswa. Keep him sin. Sadly, it happens. So you would have to consult uthola usizo. I don't like giving ama concoction. Look, angisiyena umuntu we one size fits all. Angikwenzi kwelapha kunjalo. Njengoba ngingachaza naseceleni ukuthi ngiyajula mangifike into enzokulapha because mele sithole ukuthi ushawe ngani nini kanjani angisho. Bese siphendulela lokho. Kokunye sibuka ukuthi if it's known ngiyazekelisa, if it's known ukuthi okay, if ngishaya uzama ngekhanda uzogijimela igrandpa. Uyayifaka na igrandpa makakushaya. So you drink grandpa ulenze libe worse lekhanda. Or ufike kimi ngazi ukuthi lo muthi lo ulapha ikhanda. Mawufika wena angibheka ukuthi lekhanda leli likhanda lifike kanjani kuwe, likhanda elikhandiwe lakhandwa ngani nani ngokunika le grandpa. That's how you end up with ama case la uzozwa umuntu athi ngahamba ngaya kuzibanibani wangisiza ngokuthi ngaba right iviki and then after that yaqala phansi. So I don't like giving out ama concoctions, do this, mix that, because cases are unique and then you must address them ngendlela ehlukile. You understand? Uyalapha ngokudla, uyalapha ngespice, uyalapha ngamanzi, uyalapha ngempande.
Yeah. And then makuyile dliso lamaphupho ne? Because I remember there was someone who was a friend of mine and she told me about amafutha wengwe, right?
Yeah.
And I actually bought them. Wengwenya, yes, wengwenya, crocodile. Yeah, thank you. Wengwenya. And I remember even the guys laba tengisa because we bought them toy shop. So toy shop is a local shop la Efosloras things are like different types of medicines and other things as well. But kakhulu baphatha into zesintu. So those guys, like, I think they teach them about how to use them. And I remember the first time I bought it, okay, but showed differently, which sessions is and the second time it was different as well. And I'm like, okay, does it even work now in that way? Or as long as we look, because the first one, what you bite into it, khulume spit it out. Omunye what khona oyibekayo, like ungayigwini. Don't do that. Don't ungayigwini. I've been doing it wrong all this time. So yeah, other things that you can do, let's say, uphuphile.
Yeah.
Which you can use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amafutha engwenya are highly effective.
Okay.
Mawuphuphe udlile. And then itswayi olmadla. Wenza amanzi awo ukuphuze itswayi izophuma ngesansi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Abanye they prefer Coke nevinika.
Okay.
Aphalaze ngayo. And then there are those aba prefer their own urine.
Okay.
Umuthi. Your own urine umuthi.
Yeah.
Umuthi othi tea. Odlula futhi eminye imithi.
Okay.
Ongakakhulumisa umuntu wasekuseni.
Yeah.
Flushes the entire system of ichitho. Ngisho noma ngabe yini onayo engekho right egazini. Yeah. So ukuthi masiloku sikhula kunezinto that we find gross nje. But umuthi.
Yeah, because I've heard.
Yeah. Yes, umuthi. So ziningi izinto ongazisebenzisa like ngishilo tswayi olmadla.
Okay.
Yenza icoke nevinika. Yeah.
Okay, lelo grof guys.
ungayenza i-coke ne-vinegar. What else did I talk about? Amafutha engwenya.
Yeah.
Highly effective.
Okay, so how do you use them? Because I've been doing things wrong.
Uyawaphuza zama. Angeke uze personally ngifila ngazathi siyadlala. Angeke ngigceke ukwenza kwabanye abantu because kwelapha akufani.
Yeah.
You know, but if sikhipha into engaphakathi esiswini, wena mawufaka into uyifaka phansi kwelimi, uyikhipha kanjani? You know. So ayasiza wona kakhulu, asiza futhi nangezinye izinto mhlambe nayi inkinga like yabakhona mabaku-advise ngamafutha engwenya. Amafutha engwenya can be used for so many things.
Okay.
Kubantu besilisa abamasoka ayasebenza because mawudla amafutha engwenya uba nogazi. Uyathandeka la uzothola how so ushela left right and center amafutha engwenya. So for laba abazaziyo ukuthi besuke beyokwenzani yibo la, that's why I say faka la ngoba uyazazi ukuthi usuke eyokwenzani ngawo, but for the purpose ebhekane namadliso
So yeah,
you can't jikisa amafutha engwenya ngaphansi kolimi like
so now waphuza uthi one more time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any measurement?
Lamafutha phumaphi?
Ku crocodile.
Where?
Crocodile.
Where?
Kunabantu.
Where on a crocodile?
Crocodile fat. Angisho na une fat emzimbeni kwena.
Oh, amafutha.
Amafutha.
Okay.
Yes. Amafutha. The same way isibindi sengwenya can kill you instantly. Namafutha engwenya ngakwelapha. Kanjalo nje.
So there's people who go and just hunt these animals.
Yeah, kunabantu abaphiwe lokho. Kunabantu abaphiwe especially ebantwini abanogedla.
Okay.
Ogedla basebenza ngomthi, basebenza ngempande, basebenza amagqolo, baphinde basebenza ngezilwane.
Okay.
Where now animal fat is used makhandwa amakhambi athize. Nokunyeke.
Angeke ukusho.
Like ashilo kwena ukuthi yonke into emhlabeni idaleke yaba kabili, good and bad. Kuya ngawe mawenza into ukuthi usukuyenzelana.
Manje mase kunesilwane ebusuku, kunesilwane silala nami ini.
Siyakhandwa baba, siyakhandwa, and sadly lapho kusuke sekusebenze namaphathi womuntu.
But what if ankiri from my understanding bar ankiri unalo ukufemba is to ukudonsa spirit.
Yeah.
My what if lama crocodile lawo yiwo lawo avile ebusuku amafutha wakhona? Is that not possible?
Listen, ukhumbula ukuthi
that crocodile died somewhere.
Masikhuluma
And you're busy ngamafutha wayo.
Then uzobona crocodile. Ke.
No, crocodile is one is different.
Ukhumbula ukuthi makuthakwa imithi kwena. Makuthakwa imithi angeke ngize ngithathe nje amafutha engwenya. The other herbs asebenzayo. Akuphelelisa lento engisuke ngifuna ukuyenza. If ngifuna ukukhanda imfakabili, I would use amafutha athize. I would use imfakabili spoke.
Oh, okay.
Lento kuyovusa umuntu ethune.
Oh, mfakabili.
Yes. Imfakabili. I talk about it a lot because I've been there. Ngalimala, ngafundisisa ngayo. A lot of things go into ukuhlanganisa umuthi ukuthaka. You don't just take umuthi owodwa uthi ngishaya ukwena ngespoke. Umuntu you know, is science. Because right from umuthi usebenzisayo mele zi correspond nalento osukufuna ukuyenza at the time. Mawuhlanganisa lokho usuhlanganisa whether uyahila or uyathakatha. Yeah.
I want to touch on something, but I'm feeling like I shouldn't. So
no, it's okay. You should. You can ask.
I follow my intuition. So when it says don't,
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah,
all
it's
right.
fine.
No,
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Yeah.
No, right? I'm not saying right. So
ngizocela nje another episode at some point.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Ngizoz avail for that.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to share ulwazi olu helpful.
yeah.
Angizwani ke nento ebheda
Yeah.
ngigogoshana ngemfundo. So you can't come to me uzofuna idlisa uzophuma ugijima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't operate ngaleyo
Angihlali
ndlela.
ngaleyo
Nabompinda.
Angihlali ngaleyo ndlela.
All right.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
We
so
fight
much.
clean.
Ne?
Yeah.
Which is good because a lot of healers don't do that.
We fight clean.
Yeah.
Ukhumbula ukuthi mawuhamba nabantu abadala abaclean, if you do something you will be reprimanded for it. You best believe if ngithatha something ngiyenza kuzami induku izokhala kimi. kuya nangabantu abakuphethe ukuthi babantu abanjani.
Yeah.
So if bafeel ukuthi lokho kwenzayo uyabangcolisa, ezoyisutha induku.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
No, we definitely need another episode, another topics. Yeah. No, thank you for coming through.
Yeah.
Bantu mabakudinga bakuthola kanjani kuphi?
Okay, abantu mabangidinga ngiyatholakala ku Facebook igama uThato Mbatha in brackets Lady Hypnotic. Angalisusi lelo gama. It's very close to my heart, by the way. Yeah,
no problem.
Nice.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the likes, the subscriptions, the comments. Please keep them coming through. Remember, if they are offensive, we shall delete them. Until the next one, goodbye.
Thank you.